All right, so get this. Today, we're going deep on John D. Rockefeller.
Oh, the OG tycoon.
You know it. But here's the thing. Our source isn't some, like dusty biography.
Right.
It's this YouTube video
Okay.
in Spanish.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
I know, right? But it's actually packed with advice for, well, anyone really, but, especially entrepreneurs.
I like it. Unexpected sources.
Totally. And the first tip is a real head scratcher. Involves a shoe shine boy.
Yeah, the video talks about Rockefeller overhearing this shoe shine boy giving stock tips. And apparently that was like enough to make Rockefeller sell all his stocks right before the 29 crash.
Yeah, wait, so is that for real?
Probably more of a metaphor, I'd say.
Right.
Not like a literal thing.
All right.
But the point is, it's about market sentiment. Like when everyone's super optimistic, even people who aren't usually in the know, that's when you got to be careful.
So like if my barista starts talking Bitcoin,
Aha! Yeah, exactly.
I got to run for the hills.
Well, maybe not run, but yeah, be cautious,
Right.
Think about like the dot-com bubble. Or even Bitcoin. Like a few years back, everyone's like, I'm getting in on the ground floor. And then a lot of those people, they didn't do so well.
Makes sense. It's that whole like FOMO, fear of missing out.
Exactly.
It clouds your judgment.
Yep.
So, Rockefeller tip number 1.
Don't follow the hype blindly.
There you go.
Stay informed.
All right. Now, the second tip. This one really resonated with me.
Okay.
It's about forging your own path.
Oh, yeah. And the example in the video, they talk about Rockefeller's whole battle with the railroad companies.
Right. Back then, they had like a stranglehold on oil transportation.
Exactly. They controlled it all, and their prices were killing Rockefeller's profits.
So he's like, forget this. I'm building pipelines.
Right. Total power move.
And just like bypass the whole system.
Completely revolutionized how things were done.
And it was risky, but it obviously worked.
It did. Massive success.
So the lesson here is, what are the railroads in our own lives,
Yeah, what are we assuming is the only way to do things?
Yeah, great question.
Like, what are we just accepting?
Right, like this is how it is.
Yeah.
When maybe there's a whole different way out there.
Exactly. Think about Jack Ma.
Oh yeah, Alibaba.
Creating Alibaba. Nobody thought you could build that kind of empire in China, but he just challenged that assumption.
And Amazon too, right?
Absolutely. Bezos, same thing.
They didn't follow the,
the blueprint.
The rule book. They made their own.
Exactly.
Okay. That is giving me some serious food for thought.
Good.
Don't be afraid to question the status quo.
There you go.
All right, so tip number 3. This one's about expertise, right?
Yeah, but it's kind of got a twist.
Okay.
The video makes this point that Rockefeller, he didn't have like formal training in every single part of his business.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
How did he even manage that whole empire?
Well, he was really good at using other people's knowledge.
So he, surrounded himself with the best.
Exactly. The specialists. Chemists, engineers, geologists.
So it wasn't about him knowing everything. It was knowing who to ask.
Exactly. You don't have to be the expert in everything.
Right.
But knowing who to go to, that's key.
Yeah, that can be a game changer. I mean, that's true for career investments. Even personal stuff, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now this next tip, this is a quote.
Oh, yeah.
And it really is something. 1% of 100 is better than 100% of 1. I gotta admit, took me a minute to unpack that one.
It's about delegation.
Okay.
And leverage.
Uh-huh.
So, if you're trying to do everything yourself, you're limited.
By your time and energy.
But if you find the right people and you empower them,
then you can focus on the things that only you can do.
Right, the stuff that really moves the needle.
The high-value stuff.
Exactly.
So the question is, are we holding on too tight?
Good question.
Could we be achieving more by letting go a little bit?
It's a theme we're seeing.
I think so.
In these tips.
Yeah.
Thinking bigger, challenging those assumptions.
Right.
Finding new ways to get where you want to go.
Absolutely. And that brings us to tip number 5. This one's kind of the big overarching theme.
Right.
Don't work for money. Make money work for you.
Love that.
Right. So it's about shifting our mindset from trading time for money
to creating systems that actually generate wealth even when you're not
actively working.
Right.
That is a powerful concept.
It is.
All right, I am hooked. Let's unpack that one a little more.
Let's do it.
What does that actually look like in practice?
Well, good question. I mean, it's all about leverage, right? Not just with people, but with money itself. The video uses this analogy of planting a seed.
Okay.
You nurture it, give it time, and then boom,
It grows.
It grows into something way bigger.
So we're talking about investing.
Yeah, but it's more than just picking stocks.
Right.
It's about creating these assets, things that appreciate in value.
Yeah.
So they're making you money without you having to
work for it.
Trade your time for it.
That's the dream.
Right. And the video really stresses this idea of delayed gratification.
Oh, yeah.
Like Rockefeller, even as a kid, he got that.
Interesting.
Sacrificing a little now for a bigger payoff later.
It's like that marshmallow experiment.
Exactly.
You give a kid a marshmallow if they can wait, they get two.
The ones who waited ended up doing better later in life.
It's true.
And the video contrasts that with, people who might look rich.
Yeah. Flashy cars, big houses.
But they're living beyond their means, trapped in debt.
Right. It's not real wealth.
Exactly. It's about building that solid foundation.
And that's built on, smart choices with your money.
Yeah. Investing wisely, maybe creating some passive income.
Playing the long game.
Exactly. Slow and steady wins the race.
Right. But here's where it gets kind of interesting.
Yeah.
The video doesn't shy away from the fact that, Rockefeller, he was a ruthless businessman.
Oh, yeah.
Aggressive.
He had that reputation.
Some might even say cutthroat.
Yeah, for sure.
There's definitely a conversation to be had about the ethics of how he did business.
Yeah, definitely.
But you can't deny he was laser focused on building wealth.
Absolutely. On making that money work for him.
And it worked.
It did. He built an empire.
So it's about finding that balance.
Right.
Learning from his savvy.
Yeah.
But maybe not replicating all of his tactics.
Exactly. And that kind of leads into the video's call to action.
Oh, yeah?
It asks viewers to think about which of these Rockefeller principles really resonated with them.
So, listener, we're throwing that question out to you.
What stuck with you?
What's the one thing
from this deep dive
you're ready to put into action
this week?
Yeah, let us know.
Hit us up on social media.
# Rockefeller Deep Dive.
Now, before we wrap up,
yeah,
there's one more kind of fascinating bit of Rockefeller wisdom that we haven't talked about yet. And it comes from, a kind of surprising source.
Ooh, I like a good twist. Lay it on me.
It's a quote from David Rockefeller.
So John D's grandson.
Exactly. And it really sheds light on a different side.
Of the family.
Of the family, their commitment to philanthropy.
So it's not just about making the money.
No.
It's about what you do with it.
Exactly.
All right, I'm intrigued. Let's dive in. Okay, so we've been talking about all these Rockefeller principles all episode.
Yeah.
And now we're ending on a quote from his grandson.
Right, David Rockefeller.
Yeah, feels like we've come full circle.
It does. It adds a whole new layer.
I'm ready. What did he say?
He said, think of giving not only as a duty, but as a privilege.
That's
it's pretty powerful.
It really changes how you think about philanthropy.
All right. It's not just something you have to do. It's an opportunity.
It's funny you say that because there's actually a lot of research that shows giving actually makes people happier.
It's true. Like, it literally...
lights up your brain.
Yeah, those reward centers.
It's like, it gives you a sense of purpose.
Purpose, connection.
And for someone like Rockefeller, with all that wealth, philanthropy becomes a way to really make a difference.
Huge impact.
So it's not just about, writing big checks.
Right.
It's about using what you have.
Your time, your skills.
Even a little bit of money.
Whatever you can to support the causes you care about.
Exactly. It could be volunteering.
Mentoring someone.
Donating to a charity.
Every little bit helps.
It's like it really challenges that image.
Yeah.
Of the, the greedy billionaire.
It shows success isn't just about you.
It's about giving back.
Contributing to something bigger.
And that's something we can all do.
No matter what.
Right, wherever you are in life.
Exactly.
So as we wrap up our Rockefeller deep dive today, I think we're left with this really great question.
Yeah.
How can we embrace giving?
Not as a burden, but...
as a privilege.
Love that.
Share your thoughts with us.
Yeah, let us know.
On social media. # Rockefeller Deep Dive.
And until next time.
Keep learning, keep exploring.
And keep diving deep.